Yes, I am tired. I had a very late cocktail last night. The cock was mine and the tail belonged to a lovely young lady for Passion of D.H. Lawrence. It's a joke. It's a line from the movie The Beautiful Mind, okay? You guys really think that I'm gonna be out late having a cocktail? Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Venus in Capricorn sign. And what happens when you have Venus in the sign of Capricorn in your horoscope? Well, what is the sign of Capricorn? Sign of Capricorn represents structure, organization, okay? It represents status, it represents law, it represents government, it represents organizing things. It represents putting structure on things. It represents routine jobs. It represents service. Because in a government, you don't have your own business, you have a service. Okay? So you bring Venus here, which is pleasure, relationship, love, comfort, your sexuality, your lust, your creativity, your artistry. So here Venus first of all, is in a friendly sign of Saturn. Because Saturn and Venus are best friends, just like Saturn and Mercury. But obviously you got to know that this is a vacation home for Saturn. Saturn's real home is Aquarius. But this is also Saturn's home, but which is more about hard work than what Aquarius represents. So here Venus, Venus pleasure comes in when it is making a stand for large organizations, when it's able to organize events, when it's able to organize structure in some organization. Okay, you come in as an employee, as a consultant to put organization in some company, and that's what it represents. And here Venus, since Venus is creativity, Venus is art, these people are able to put, if they're in a creative field, they're able to put structure and organization to their art. Like an artist might just suddenly think like, oh, I just got this crazy idea, let me paint it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I just got this totally opposite idea, let me paint this, blah, blah, blah. Here, Venus wants to structure itself. It's like, okay, I'm going to go paint. Let me make a note first, what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to make this painting of yin yang, and I'm going to use these colors, that colors, and I'm going to go here, and let me make a rough diagram of it. So they become very organized. They want to organize their creativity. So here it doesn't mean that, oh my God, you're not going to be able to go into creative field. This is actually a very good place for creative field because you're very focused and organized about your creativity, which Venus represents. And since Venus also represents designing and modeling and fashion, you can see people who will provide the service of modeling to their designers. They have this enthusiasm about designing things because they're organized, they're able to, structure things. Because designing is, in a way, it's like engineer. And so they're able to do that. So creative field, it's not doomed here. It's actually welcomed here. However, if this occurs even in the 10th house, where the sign of Capricorn is rising, it can definitely show somebody who might be taking pleasure in providing service, especially in the government sector. They can be organizing for some city, state, or some local government, or they can be working in Washington, D.C., or any of the main government sector around the world. And they can actually also have pleasure. They can actually find pleasure in having structure in cities, like law, putting law and putting order into cities. So they can also become attorneys with this position. They have love for putting everything, organize everything. There's nobody breaking the rules. So they can become those people as well. And if they go into the art and entertainment, they will have a certain structure. They'll know when to get up, when to do this, when to be at the set, when to take the break. They'll be very structured in their thing. So this actually, Venus becomes quite a hardworking Venus. Okay, but that's the thing. Here, Venus, which wants comfort, just sitting at home and just, finding its way into nirvana, now Venus is forced to work hard. And that's where Venus feels uncomfortable. Because now it really has to work hard to provide that comfort to itself. It has to be organized. It has to be focused on its projects in order to have that comfort, have that money, have that wealth come in. Now, Venus here, especially for men, okay, because Venus represents wife in a man's chart, these people usually are attracted to older women who are organized, structured, and can provide security to them. In a way, I don't want to say they're the freeloaders of the zodiac. They want the wife to provide, but they want the wife herself to also be stable in her life. They want the wife to be also providing some structure in home, whether financially, emotionally, psychologically, or physically. And this sign, people think, oh, this is probably the worst sign for Venus to express itself. No, that's wrong. These are the actual wife you actually might want, because they are very conservative and they're very traditional. They're very old school. So they will provide you with the nourishment. They will provide you with a clean, happy home. And they will provide you with love and romance. Because again, this is not a sign of an enemy. Some other planet here might suffer. But here, Venus's feelings are more organized and become more law-abiding. Like, they will not cheat on you. Unless, of course, there's an aspect of Rahu or Ketu and it's in some other house and nakshatra. Okay, fine. But I'm just talking about Venus alone here itself. Venus here alone itself wants to be in a committed relationship, something that, this person wants to see that same person every day when they wake up. And they're willing to do anything with them, whether even is providing them with the greatest physical pleasure. They'll do that. But these are one of those people, they want that construct events happening in their life. They don't want to get surprises. They want to be, okay, hey, we're going to take a vacation and this time we're going to do this, we're going to do this. So they're attracted to a woman who's old, who can take charge, who can organize things in the home while they're out there providing things, or they both can be providing things. And as long as they're, bringing structure into the home. And obviously, women with this kind of a Venus herself will be what I described as what the male is going to look for. Okay, and here, marriage could be delayed. And obviously, as I said, especially for a man, it could be with a mature woman, older woman, someone who's very mature in the mind, at least. And it could delay the marriage because this sign is controlled by Saturn. But it's not one of the more happy signs. This is more one of those, karmically filled sign. Here, you pay your dues by working. So you can see a delay of marriage, but especially if Saturn is aspecting Venus in Capricorn, yes, it can delay the marriage till mid-30s, even 40s. If Venus is in conjunction with Saturn, tight conjunction within 10 degrees, can delay the marriage. But then if Venus is also receiving an aspect from Jupiter, then it will, neutralize that situation. It will probably, instead of 30s, it'll be just late 20s. So things you gotta look for in this way. Okay, but these are very disciplined and structured people. They need to have organization in love and relationship. Whenever they form a relationship, whenever they fall for somebody, it all has to be traditional. It all has to be organized. It all has to be based on very strong foundation. All right. So guys, this is my analysis of Venus in the sign of Capricorn. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below wherever you see the subscribe button. And if you want to know where your Venus is placed in a true astrological position, check out the link below. Check out my book there, Astrology at the Speed of Light. And when you get the book, I will send you a link to look at your own chart. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with Venus in Aquarius, another sign ruled by Saturn. Bye-bye. What? You actually made it this far into the video? All the way to the end? Man, you must be crazy! Well, since you're already crazy enough to go this far, then might as well join the insanity by clicking that little button above where it says subscribe here. Or you can subscribe below by that little button that you see below the video. And like I told you, if you want to know where your planets are placed, where your conjunctions are, what aspects you're receiving, what planetary time period you're running through, check out this corner link below, okay? Read the directions there, because when you get the book, my Astrology at the Speed of Light book, and you follow the directions by sending me the email, I send you the link to look at your own chart so you can study everything about you. And if you want to read some more articles on astrology and every little details that I've written on my website, check out this corner link below. And this will take you to my website and to my article page where I've written tons of stuff, okay? Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with some more insane video. Bye-bye.